Hello there, this is Denzin and welcome to another video. This time looking at Hadley's Hope operations, although you may be thinking that's been done before, has it not? On this occasion it's a different version of operations, because Lv427-designs do more than one version of it to fit the different games that exist in the world. So we're going back to the original bleeding edge games here from the early 1990s, and I do have the larger operations center, and it's a lot beefier than this one. This one is much smaller, and actually I really like it. I mean, for one, it's meant to represent the original board game, and it does that really well. So as you can see, here's the original paper board, and here's our three-dimensional version of it. And what I really like about this version of operations is it's different enough from the, I suppose you could say, movie version, the true version. So compared to the larger operations version available on the Lv427 website, the flooring is the grid pattern, which the other version doesn't have, and I like that. I don't know why, I just do. I think it's not what you get in a lot of the rooms, it's what you get in a lot of the corridors, but it looks really good here, and it's very different to the computer desks and so on. And they're in a very good position. So the blue sections on the original game are squares that are harder to move through because they're cluttered. So aliens who appear randomly have to clamber over all these things to get at you, because the board is very small and it slows them down, and it gives you, the Marines, a chance to get the hell out of Dodge. And so we have that here, of course. The desks are in the same places where they should be, absolutely spot on. And the squares represent perfectly. I was thrown at first when I looked at here and thought, oh, computer banks, and oh, there's none here. But they've gone for this instead of squares, where the door is. And I like the door because on this version we have a door, unlike the one from the reactor, which is a small door, which makes sense because you need to squeeze out of it for the board game version. But here, this will match perfectly with the rest of your kits. So if you want to expand the colony and do a smaller version of a colony complex, you certainly can. You can continue and use this with your other boards. It doesn't have to be just for this game. So people can use this for any game they want, which is fantastic. I also like the little extras like the shutters. So here I've done without, here the shutters are in, and they can slide in and out. And down here, exactly the same thing for the vent shaft. So you can slide in and you can slide that out. Obviously once Burke's locked you out. Git. So little extras like that which really add to the game, I find, that you're playing. And it didn't take me long to print this or to paint it, and I really enjoyed it. And I think it's because it's not as huge a project as the other versions of operations that are out there. So it's a bit easier to put together and a bit easier for me to paint. And what will come next, of course, is the vent shafts connected to here, where Newt says, "Follow me," if she can remember the way, of course. And Burke will go into here and get munched by an alien. One of the funny things about this kit, though, was this large section here. I did wonder if we could have done without that, really. I guess it's to make this a nice square so it fits and stacks with everything else, so you know what space you're dealing with if you're using other parts of the colony to go with it. So that makes sense. Yeah, it's a chunky piece, that, but it's hollow, so not to worry there. I did think maybe a door here would have been all right, so you could have expanded it here, but again, it wouldn't match the size, would it? So it's understandable. You can use it instead as a nice little cupboard, or maybe an elevator in your games. Think about that. Other uses. The other thing I thought about, if you go beyond this, you use it for other things. As I say, you've got the door, you can use it for other things. I thought of this, using it as an actual building, which I don't know if a lot of people do with their Lv427 designs, but I think they will work quite good as that, as you can see here. I mean, why not? I mean, Now it's a tower, isn't it? Super, does the job. I've got my little complex there in the middle of somewhere. And when you've got windows, it works. It works really well. So you can put your marines up there, have them poking out the windows. Use it for tabletop games that aren't necessarily board games. It stacks up. It has uses, multiple uses. So it's not a one-trick pony. None of these things are. You just have to use your imagination, don't you? So that's it for this video. Hopefully in the future the ducks will come into play and we can add that to the board and expand it even further. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Just a short one, because it's a shorter board. And thank you very much.